You want how? Do you want to hear how expensive a lawsuit and a settlement can be for a fucking child? You're looking at it, ladies and gentlemen, right here. Cops to pay $12 million to a black child shot in bed during a raid. $12 million settlement after cops shot an unarmed 12-year-old boy in bed. You're gonna find out why. You ready? Here we go.
Unarmed, shot because of a police raid. Well, now there's a $12 million settlement. Let me give you the background to this extreme story. Let's put up the picture full mass here.
Here we go.
All right. The Richton Park Police Department will now pay $12 million to settle a lawsuit alleging one of his officers wrongfully shot Amir Worship, a then 12-year-old child.
I mean, that's outrageous. Yeah, of course they're gonna pay $12 million for shooting a 12-year-old child. Get the numbers? 12 for 12. Good job, you stupid fucking pigs. Shooting an unarmed, innocent child in bed. 12-year-old child, now you can pay $12 million. Good job, yeah. Fucking pathetic.
During a raid of his home in Illinois. This took place in 2019. Amir, 16, is permanently disabled after being shot in his knee during the raid. You heard me right. As part of the settlement, the officer in Richton Park publicly apologized to Amir, who is now a high school junior and is expected to need multiple knee replacements during his entire lifetime. Officer Khalid Blood, who remains an officer for the Richton Park Police, claimed the gun was defective.
Oh, bullshit!
And accidentally went off.
Are you fucking kidding me? You fucking kidding me? He said, oh, the gun is defective. And accidentally went off. Bullshit. It is another cop splitting 101. Covering their asses, covering the bases, putting information to cover their narrative and their agenda. Duh. Fucking morons.
Striking Amir in the right knee. Let's put up a picture of the mother.
You want to see the mother?
Amir's mother, her name is Crystal. Crystal said, and I quote,
That's Crystal.
I accept his apology, but he was reckless that day. There's a lot of healing we have to do. The family has since moved to Texas. But the family and their attorney said it is not enough. Officer Blood should be fired, the attorney says.
He should be fired.
He told reporters this on Wednesday. Not only has he not been fired, but Officer Blood has not even been disciplined in any form.
He hasn't been fired. He hasn't been disciplined. He's still on the fucking goddamn job. He's still walking out there. He's still driving a patrol car. Knowing that he's trigger happy to shoot his gun into another innocent house, possibly shooting and killing another child.
Fashion for shooting a 12-year-old boy.
Yep.
Hofield said 3 prior investigations into the shooting were inadequate and called for the Cook County State's Attorney's Office to reopen the investigation into the officer. I'm going to give you some background to this raid that took place in 2019. Amir was, in fact, shot. Amir was shot before dawn on May 26, 2019, after officers entered the home of Crystal Worship and exploded flashbang grenades. The officers were part of the South Suburban Emergency Response Team. They were looking for Crystal Worship's boyfriend, who was arrested and charged with drug possession. The charges were actually later completely dropped.
Yep. And did you hear that? Task force. How many times have we said about it? Task force. Yeah. Just like the Scorpion task force. of Memphis task force, drug task force, prosecution task force.
During the raid, officers handcuffed the 13-year-old son, and one officer pointed a rifle at Amir, according to the lawsuit. Amir was sitting on his bed and complying with the officer's commands when the officer's gun went off, according to them. Amir testified. The officer was adjusting the rifle when it fired. The officer had been pointing the gun at Amir's chest.
Why?
But Amir leaned back to put his shoes on, so he was shot in his knee instead. Amir has undergone 5 surgeries and suffers from PTSD. The officer remains on active duty with the Richardson Police Department, but recently requested to be placed on desk duty. The officer was dismissed from the South Suburban Emergency Response Team in September 2020 for committing multiple violations of firearm safety. Now, let me say this. The officer was well aware that doing that kind of action could lead to a person being injured or killed. Okay? I want you to follow me on this. The George Floyd Policing Act would have lowered the standard from willful criminal conduct, or what we call mens rea, meaning the intent to actually commit a crime. It would have lowered that standard to basically a negligent standard to be applicable in the right situation. If you are grossly negligent and it leads to the injury or death of an individual, and you either knew or should have known better than what you did, you could be charged with a crime.
Yep.
Now, that's a standard that you and I already have. If you're cleaning a gun or fiddling with a gun in front of a 12-year-old child, and that gun is pointed at the child, and you shoot the child, it doesn't matter that it was a mistake. Not for us.
No.
Let's put up...
No. It doesn't matter if the gun went off or it was an accident. You should still be held with attempted manslaughter or attempted murder. Duh! You should be responsible handling your weapon. Oh, no, fuck that shit.
Negligent, and it leads to the injury or death of an individual, and you either knew or should have known better than what you did, you could be charged with a crime.
Yeah.
Now, that's a standard that you and I already have.
Let's go.
If you're cleaning
attempted manslaughter,
fiddling
or
with
worse,
a gun,
murder,
a 12-year-old child, and that gun is pointed at the child, and you shoot the child, it doesn't matter that it was a mistake. It doesn't matter. Not for us, not for citizens, but for the police. A trained...
Yeah, here's the thing. If we would do it, we charge manslaughter or murder. But if a cop does it, they get by with the fucking walk. They get desk duty, they get reprimanded, but half the time they don't even get arrested. They don't even get indicted. They get charged. They get reprimanded for desk duty or walking the beat. Absolutely fucking disgusting bullshit.
Person. A trained individual with a firearm.
Yep.
Does not have the same level of accountability as the untrained. Does that make any sense to anyone? So he avoids a criminal prosecution because of judicial doctrine that says, the police, they have to really, really be wanting to commit a crime for them to be punished. Which really means you have to really be able to prove that this was intentional rather than a mistake. But if somebody who did not have a badge did it, that element is not required.
Exactly.
All right, Washington, thoughts here.
You know, it's interesting. You always hear gun people say, guns don't kill people, people kill people. But I guess in this case, this guy is saying, I didn't do it, the gun just did it.
That's right.
I know.
It's quite hilarious how that logic works. And yeah, it's back to what you were saying about this general lack of accountability. Just the idea that, the people that we should be holding to the highest of standards gets held to a lower standard as far as public safety is concerned than the average citizen. That seems to be, what people from our neighborhoods would call ass backwards.
Yep.
Dr. Richie, like these guys should be held to the highest of scrutiny. And it makes me think that the powers that be feel like cops can't cop unless they feel, invincible. Unless they feel like they can be as reckless
fuck cops
and
feel
as
this all the
sloppy
time.
as they want to be.
That's it.
That seems to be the attitude.
You got
that
me
these guys
officers
don't
that
have
say,
the
hey, we
competence,
feel invisible.
they don't have the
We
focus,
can get what
they don't have the
we
care
want.
and empathy,
We can,
more importantly,
we can rape
to do their
chicks,
jobs
kill
any other
people,
way. Because if they're held to
shoot
a standard
civilians.
befitting of the responsibility that we hand to them as citizens, then they apparently can't do the job.
Yeah. What these rules have done, dear brother, is it has created an attraction for individuals who are willing to work in an industry that will protect corruption. That's what is happening. You have people attracted to the job for all the wrong reasons now, due to those rules that have protected people throughout the industry of policing since then.
I'll tell you one thing before I get out of here. You get people out there who've been bullied, harassed, manipulated, beat up in high school. So they go up to opportunity to become police officers. Hey, yeah, I'm a good guy. I'll pass a background check. That's what they do. Pass all the physical trainings out there. They say, I'm a good guy. I'll obey the law. Guess what they do? Go out there. Oh, they're gonna look for their enemies. They're gonna look for anybody that pisses them off, and they're gonna kick their ass and shoot them. They're gonna fight back. You got cops out there who say they were born in high school, so I'm gonna grab a gun, a badge, and power and say, I'm a thug. I'm gonna kick her ass because I can. Because I was born in high school. Get the fuck out of here. That's the problem with the officer. All these fucking pigs are getting with the shit. They were born in high school. They have fucking loser mommy and daddies. Daddies that were fucking cheated out of their mothers, sniffing cocaine, and mothers that were being whores at truck stops and beyond 7-Elevens. Oh! God damn, Seaman. You said that shit? You bet your ass I did. I can say what I want on my fucking videos. Anyways, I'm out here, my job. Peace out.